Okay, we are going to do a gameplay review of Reaper on King's Row. In this game, I attempt to work more as a frontline Reaper rather than a flanking Reaper. I have some interesting issues with team composition from my team at large, but it goes pretty well. Interesting. Bring down the volume on myself because there's no point in listening to it. All right. We're running this at 1.5 for the first bit as we get set up. Okay. So we're going to get up to the front line, and I'm directly behind our Reinhardt with a Maywall on my left. I couldn't be safer here, and I'm just pumping out this damage. Check my flank as soon as that wall goes down, and then just back to pumping out this damage. I'm not too concerned with the aim there. I'm just trying to take down the Rhine shield before ours breaks. We have a Tracer that's diving pretty hard. Mercy that's out of position for a moment, but it would have required like a dive on my part that I don't think there's any way I survive. But we take what's the strongest position. So they're typically like as soon as you get this position that we are in, you're likely going to cap this first point. And this is not like a rare thing. This first point's pretty easy to attack. So, but this position that we are in, you're 9 times out of 10, you're going to make it. But our Reinhardt just really gets outplayed. And we can see that happening here. So here's me checking the flank. The Maywall lets us freely walk up to the point. The Ana boost comes in. The other Reinhardt's like, yeah, I know what you're going to do. And he destroys him. Like, really well done from that other Reinhardt. Now we're in kind of deep trouble here. This Reinhardt should have lost his life doing that. Totally survives. And we can clearly see over here is a 2000 HP Reinhardt barrier. It's not cracked or anything. And over here is where I'm dead. In front of the Reinhardt barrier is a Maywall. So, you know, there's lots of HP to be had there. I rotate out because of the Maywall, greedily wanting to get shots in. And immediately die.
Bad play, Laramie.
Absolutely. That's just a really awful play. No excuse for that. Like, stepping out from behind your Reinhardt barrier, if I'd have waited an extra second, he walks around. And I would be alive behind a barrier, killing a Junkrat. So, yeah, incredibly stupid play. Respawn and think about my sins as I run back. So, I mean, what's to say here, right? We're waiting for our team to get back. Reinhardt comes in. We get in position behind the Reinhardt and immediately start working down the same thing we were doing, that same strategy. I feel like it's my job here to keep that Reinhardt safe. No one's going to flank him. No one's going to come do any bullshit to him. And he just has forward-facing damage. He backs out to let his shield recharge. Back out with him. Just speed this up. All right. Ooh, we get walled off, but he gets lucky. I start yelling at the team for after this. I beg for the ult. And get it. So right before this, the Ana's telling me, hey, I've got it. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm hitting every member of their team here. Unfortunately, my teammates doubt the Ana Reaper combo and blow every ult they could possibly have after their team is entirely dead. So, you know, whatever. For some reason, we don't have any ults anymore. Weird. But yeah, that was, I mean, it's the Reaper UFO, right? Like, Ana ulted Reaper while he ults, million damage a second, everybody dies instantly. It's great. And one of the only times we get to use it this game because our Ana, I guess, didn't like that play. We heard the tire coming. That's why I sort of take off in here to make sure that Junkrat goes away. I don't particularly like what our Reinhardt's doing. He's playing this really passive, just pushing the cart. But I'm tied to the idea of staying near him, so I do.
What is the actual DPS of Ana Bost Reaper ULT?
I don't know. A lot. Instant death is essentially the answer. Like, you die in one frame if you have 200 HP.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah. So our Reinhardt, I mean, I was bitching at him for just sitting on the cart and being passive, but the reality is he went through one of the more difficult phases in King's Row while they did nothing. And they're electing to hold real close to the checkpoint, which typically I advise. But you want to put some kind of pressure on along the way. Like, our Reinhardt was just walking forward with his shield up. Highlight of this game for me. We start winning that team fight. Fuck you, Mercy. You will not be resurrecting today. So, you know, good game sense. Really simple, straightforward play that everyone should do is, oh, we're winning? Where's the Mercy? So yeah. I'm glad that she got picked there and we're able to easily cap that point. And that's one of the harder spots. If you lose there, like I've said before, that just sucks, right? You're so far away from your spawn there. It's very annoying to try to do anything. So I have ult again. I'm trying to figure out how close our Ana is, but she won't tell me. You're about to see the opposite of a good ult. Yep. I saw an ice block Mei and decided to ult them. Timing was just off. I was hoping it would come out of the ice block. Typically, you know, the 2 for 0, I didn't think there's any way that I could die there. The 2 for 0 trade is, in my opinion, worth it for a Reaper ult. Often 1 for 0 is worth it. But it's only the Ana boosted Reaper ult that you need to really make magic happen, as that is 2 ults for 1, right? So, but in this case, I'm just sitting here in the back line, largely by our Reinhardt and tanks pushing away. The Mercy round 2 gets the res, but out of spawn, what are you supposed to do? Getting frozen there just allowed the Reaper to walk onto me. Actually, did I have Wraith? That's one of the things I shouldn't just ignore. Like, I hate when I die and I'm just like, oh, there's nothing I could have done. So that Blizzard went off. Our whole team's at full health. I think he's about to drop the beat too. So Mercy comes in. We focus her down. I'm being frozen here. I don't have Wraith for another 3 seconds. I don't think there's anything I could have done, to be honest. Not be there, I guess, but had to at least attempt to stop that Mercy, right? What if she was at 95% instead of 100? I think that's an okay death. I don't think there's anything in particular I did wrong. I think I had a chance of winning the fight were I not being frozen while trying to fight a Reaper. Team pushes the cart like the champions they are, and they win the game. Speed through the side switch here. I don't know why I'm speeding through it when I can just skip it. I skipped it. So for defense, our team elected to not run a Reaper. Or I'm sorry, a Reinhardt. And my whole strategy of like, I'm going to play this frontline Reaper that only hangs out near the Reinhardt, shits the bed, I guess. Like, I have no idea really what to do here. I don't have any desire to hang out near a D.Va. There's no value in that for me. If anything, the D.Va should follow the Reaper around and make sure like it's the other way around in that respect, so that she can use her whatever it's called deflect shield thing from behind the Reaper. But that's never going to happen in solo queues. So I give up on I'd even say in the stream, like, I guess I'm just going to play flank Reaper now.
Defense Matrix.
Thank you, stream. So I'm up on the side of the choke, as you would with a Reaper that's trying to be sneaky. I don't want them to particularly know I'm exactly there, but I'm not, trying to hide or anything. And just start picking fights on the flanks, as you do with a flanking Reaper. Like, predictably, we get earth shattered because we don't have a Reinhardt and die. No one is surprised by this except for my team, which doesn't understand how that could happen. We just give this up. Have no choice but to give this up. I mean, they have every advantage. They're pushing us incredibly hard. Should have just died. I should have just, as soon as I made the mistake of like, oops, gone too far. Right here, as soon as I make the mistake of running all the way back from our first spawn, when this is what's going on, like 4 people on the point, they're about to cap, and I never even had the time to make it there to contest in any way. As soon as I make this mistake, I compound it by not saying, well, I guess I'm an idiot, I should die here. No, I start running all the way back while they chase. And get like a late death as a result. Yeah, another sort of situation where you're like, well, I'm dumb, time to die. Like, I need to charge their team and not be stupid here. And you can see the result. Like, look where I am. I'm so far behind my team. They're getting ready to defend and push, and I'm running out of the spawn doors, like, being useless. So, yeah. Important to know when you gotta fucking kill yourself. I'm still running back to the team, and there's now 3 dead. That is, like, there's no... I don't think I've seen a cleaner example of why staggering is bad. I am still about 4 to 5 seconds away from this fight, and 3 of my team are dead. They have killed absolutely no one. So it's just us on this kill feed, right? Just us dead. They're pretty spread out. They could blah blah blah. Like, maybe their team fight position was bad, or they got ulted. Who knows? What matters is they didn't have like one of their DPS there, so they were fighting 5v6. This Reaper already flanked and killed presumably our Mercy. No, he killed our soldier. But yeah, like, staggering's bad, and this is why. Should my team have waited for their DPS? Sure, but it's solo queue. They're never going to. Just don't stagger. Know when you have to die to respawn with your team. And it likely goes from bad to worse here. I walk in on a fight that is already lost. and try and ult their entire team after our Zarya blows black hole. Like, everything that my team did there was trash. This Zarya ulting when the points, like, when we're so fucked, like a Lucio, half health Zarya, half health Lucio, under half health Reaper, and she blows black hole here. Like what? I mean, I guess I should have just run away. But I'm like, even while this happened, as I was walking into ult, I said on stream, like, I'm just dead here. Like, there's no way I survive this. I don't think anything, like, all that Reinhardt has to do is swing, right? He's there's just no way that ever becomes a good play. Except when you've lost and don't try to force it over and over. Like, and I'm talking to myself here, like, should have saved that Reaper ult. I get lucky in that it didn't consume the Reaper ult because I died so fast. But my intent was to go in there and ult, and that was absolutely wrong. We get a Reinhardt here because people are realizing that Reinhardts are important, I guess. We are very fortunate in that they blow their black hole advantage. At least their ult was good. They had a team that could do stuff with it. They had a Genji ulting as well, but I just dove the black hole and popped my Death Blossom, which is pretty solid counter to people trying to do damage to a black hole. Actually, I think, did I skip the wrong way? I did, yeah. So right there, the Genji ults. He's about to total the majority of our team. They have a Lucio for reasons, and the Zarya's in there. She's shielded. Like, this is... You can use black holes two ways, right? Like, it can be your teams or it can be the other teams. Either way, on Reaper, you just jump in there and pop your Death Blossom. Immediately kills the Lucio and the Genji, and then the Zarya is just easy cleanup. It's one of the reasons why Reaper's so good. It's kind of a Zarya shutdown as well as really good working with a Zarya. So anyway. At this point, my team has started really complaining about this Reaper. So the other team's Reaper. So I tell them that I'll try and focus them. That's why I'm off on this flank. I'm just looking for this other Reaper. Miss a shot there, but he wraiths first. I'm wondering where he is. I thought for sure he was following. Right here, and this was on stream. Let me turn the audio up here so you guys can hear the wonders of platinum level solo queue. The shot, I think I'm toast. Not quite.
It's pretty low. Oh my god. Can we get someone to defend me?
Okay. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but what the gentleman said was, "Oh my god, this Genji, can we get someone to defend me after he was dead?" No, we can't defend you when you're already a corpse. You're actually the only one who can resurrect you. So, and this is one of my personal pet peeves as someone who plays quite a lot of supports. His death, right here, him being dead, the only person that is to blame for this is him. He is so out of fucking position. Like, who's supposed to help him here? Our entire team is around the corner and up by the cart, and he's hanging out back here like, oh, no one will ever come for me. They don't have a Genji. They've had a Genji the entire game. Like, it's just a really terrible position, lack of awareness that gets him killed by the Genji, And then to make it worse, he clouds comms afterwards by saying, hey, someone needs to deal with this Genji. He's a real problem. He keeps killing me. Well, fucking don't stand in idiotic places waiting to die to a Genji. Again, pet peeve of mine. Positioning is vital for supports, and supports love to blame everybody else that they're not getting the help they require when the actual reason they're dying is their positioning is fucking awful. But that's enough about that. So Reinhardt must have charged well out of position, but he's a free kill I'm happy to take. So at this point, I know the reason I'm hanging this far back is because I'm well aware of the fact that our Mercy is bad, and I would like to win this game. So now I'm standing like I'm Sniper McCree, apparently, or Sniper Reaper, just standing in the back line, trying to make sure that our retards don't die. Unfortunately, that also means that I am the new front line in 3, 2, now. Yeah. Shock and awe as I stand in the back line are Reinhardt, who's gotten used to all game having a Reaper beside him, is out there by himself and immediately killed because he has no one to support him. The D.va's nowhere near him either. We're all back here helping this Mercy stay alive, right? These air quotes there. And yeah, as soon as he goes down, like I said, I'm the new front line. I get totaled. Yeah, res in a real interesting spot here. There's kind of nothing better than getting resurrected in their backline with a Reaper ult. But I'm kind of curious what to do. I don't feel like... So this is that situation, right? From what I see, because I wasn't really paying attention, I think I'm the last one alive. So blowing my ult here has maybe no value, but on the other hand, I have to do something because they're about to win the round by pushing the card in. So I need to stay alive and get kills. I really have no choice, right? Like I've got to use my ult here. So I do. And it turns out that my initial estimate was wrong, and I do have teammates. And the ult has some value in that it gets some kills. But then I get shit on by the Reaper. This Reaper, I just want to point that out real quick. So I blow the ult here. I think we get 2, maybe 1 for it. I don't know, whatever. No, we do get a couple. So these guys are clearly chasing my Lucio, I think. I am on Reaper. This is my job, killing people. Like, regardless of the fact that this is a really horrible fight for me, it's an even worse fight for the Lucio, right? Like, I feel like I have to take this fight. So I do. I land the first headshot on the Reaper, so I'm ahead. And right here, I'm a little bit concerned that after this next shot that he takes, I'm going to have to Wraith. So I take one shot, get ready to Wraith, and he fucking just gets a full headshot on me, and I immediately go down. So that's a little frustrating because, like, I was ready for the shots. I knew that I wanted to Wraith as soon as he took one more shot. And then just because of the angle and the way he leaped up, he just got all the pellets into my forehead, and I go down. I feel like I still feel like I had to take that fight. You know, I'm okay with dying there. I just don't think I should have. Seems like a little bit of a lucky shot. Yeah, we're just gonna speed through the rest of this because there's not much to say. They blow all their ultimates and push the card in. So now this map on King's Row is tied. We're back to our next round of defense after having to explain to our team members how this worked in competitive because they were new, I guess. But we're back with a Reinhardt, which feels a lot better. So we're here playing what we wanted to play, while our Reinhardt says, "Hey, I know a great idea. I'm gonna trade." So he does. And I have this high ground, and I get some revenge on that stupid Reaper. Feels good. No Reinhardt to work with, so I'm just on cleanup duty, right? Like, I'm looking for the flankers and DPS so I can kill them. A little bit of an audio cue there told me that there was someone in. I do an early Wraith because 2v1s are stupid. And I get really lucky that he just decides to follow me out in a straight line. I would... yeah, it was just... I don't know what he was doing. Wanted to die, I guess. But it was a silly choice. So our defense is going really well, regardless of the fact that we haven't had a Reinhardt for most of it. I retake my position. I think someone calls something out that's just not there. That's why I was looking around. And I go to deal with our backline BS. Just blow my ult here because I feel like it's a good time. Again, whenever you can get like 2 people, whatever, just pop the ult. I don't need to do the black hole's down. There's nothing I'm saving it for, so I'm happy to just use there. Again, so what I was doing, I know I was not close to our Reinhardt for most of that, but let's look at why. So here we are at the start of that push, right? Someone calls something, so I turn around, but they're just wrong, I guess. Black hole comes out. We are all stunned. The Reinhardt charge passed, and it is in my head. If a Reinhardt charges, you have to punish that Reinhardt. So I could give a shit about that frontline BS anymore. I'm in here to punish the Reinhardt. This finally, the person who they were bitching about shows himself, and it's that Reaper. But he just goes down to my ult. Both get picked off, and then our Roadhog decides that he wants to throw his ult in too, even though it's now like 5-on-1. Special decisions were made. So right here, I'm hanging really far back from our Reinhardt. I'm just holding this corner. But as soon as he sets up and is ready, I move into position. The reason I did that is because he wasn't walking around with his shield up. I don't know why he was over there. I didn't think there was any value to the position, so I was just waiting for him to actually be useful. As soon as he comes in and tries to be useful, I get into position to support him. Which becomes interesting. So they blow all their ults, and our Mercy is saying, I'm gonna res, I'm gonna res, I'm gonna res. Frame perfect timing from me. Thank you for enemy team for killing me exactly on time because I was late to the die now party. But yeah, that was just luck. I feel like in these chaotic furball fights, the DPS is really the priority. I mean, yeah, the Lucio's healing, and it's a big deal to pick healers. Yeah, the Zarya's shielding or whatever, but the reality is, like, no one's gonna die until no one on your team is gonna die to that, really. It's just the DPS that's the problem. But we managed to full hold in overtime, and we begin our attack round, the final round of this game, which is quite long. Okay. So, we get our push into a May wall because we're going out of the wrong door. Near my Reinhardt. Now that was an interesting choice by me. So our Reinhardt is clearly going in on the left. See that again. Our Reinhardt, I'm not confused here. I know he's going in on the left. This Zarya gets hooked by our Roadhog. I can see where he is, but I value the right side of the statue more than I value the Reinhardt. I guess? I think if I just follow the Reinhardt here, he's going to be a lot safer. Okay, well, on the other hand, I find their Mercy kind of nice. I don't think I kill her, so it's pointless, but yeah, so our Reinhardt dies, and I have to assume it's because I didn't follow him. He just went in there on his own and died horribly. So he's just doing weird shit. Here I am on the right. He's getting frozen right now, getting reapered, and decides to charge into his death. Yeah, I think I went the wrong way. As nice as it is to find that Mercy, losing your Reinhardt is almost always the end of your push. But it's solo queue, so doesn't matter as much because their Reinhardt's gonna do something just as stupid. Do I lose this? Oh yeah. I get forgotten about. I just wait, I was just trying to reset, to be honest, but they were pushing us so hard. Yeah. And then they all saw me walk up here, but they just forget about me. Kind of convenient. I wish I had ult, but I don't. I'm chatting with the team a bit here, asking them to tell me when they push, because I have no fucking clue what's going on down there. And we can see they're all there. And that's when the push. And now I want to remind you guys that was at time speed and a half. The team actually sat there for a good long while, wondering what to do with their lives. Silliness. Maybe there's a May wall. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. A May wall, sorry. Anyway, I see the Reinhardt charge in, so hey, that's my cue. Let's go. And even though I've got this total surprise flank, basically accomplished nothing with it. So I'm dropping close enough to the Zenyatta to make him the person that I'm gonna try and pick before the Mercy. The DPS and the enemy team, they have no idea I'm coming. So I drop on the Zen. It just so happens right there he hits trance. And I'm just well, shit. Where's that Mercy? Okay, I found the Mercy. I'm too far away to actually do useful damage to her. Oh, she gets earth shattered. I'm on the wrong fucking side of it. And then, the free kill as she gets up. Whatever. I did nothing on that push. That was pointless. And this is just cleanup. I hang on to this ult at this point because they're obviously gonna die there. What am I gonna use it on, right? Mercy comes in. And again, we give credit where credit's due. Yeah, I'm an idiot and I fucking did nothing on that push. But I sure as shit am not letting this Mercy back in to go res their team, right? So we chase her down. She blows her res on one person because what else can she do? And that person turns out to be a Zenyatta that is trancing a Reaper. Thank God I saved that ult. So I just think the game's over here, right? Little do I know that the Zenyatta trances. There's a Reaper already on the point. He pops out a Wraith and it immediately begins his ult. We lose our Zarya, and that's it. And now, right here, I wish I could back up just a tiniest frame. So right here, I can Wraith to get out of this Blizzard. But that's not really going to solve any problems for this team. So I make this quick decision to just no ult and get these two. Knowing that I'm going to get frozen and killed as a result of it. And I think that's a really good choice on my part. I don't know. You guys can sort of tell me whether you think that's right or wrong, because the result of it is, you know, I go down and then this weirdness with the push starts happening, but, you know, my team's able to clean it up. Basically, respawns came in and cleaned that up. Had I wraithed, I probably just could have cleaned it up myself. I don't know. Maybe there's nothing to discuss there. Killing their DPS and their Zenyatta is... No matter, I think that's a fair trade for a Reaper. And there's every chance that the Mei had been stupid and had not killed me while I was frozen or ice blocked or some BS like that. So I think that ends up just being the right play. In the video loop, that's the start. So yeah, that's my Reaper play on King's Row, trying to play the Reaper sort of no flanks allowed, right next to the front line at all times, trying to push priority targets with our Reinhardt and making sure that the Reinhardt's flanks are safe. Let me know what you think about playing the Reaper that way. I think it's pretty solid. Hey, enjoy this clip from the live stream. As always, discuss, provide advice, or ask any questions you like in the comments. Check the description for details and don't forget to join the stream.